Hi guys, I'm Tara,
I'm Sarah.
and we are Sisterbia. And so there was a story on the news this morning, and it's probably going to be old news by the time this airs, but two men who were in Oregon Sasquatch hunting were found dead. And so that kind of inspired a little cryptid search for our areas. And we each came up with, like, I'm in Kansas and we have this Beaman monster. Okay, there we go. And he is a gorilla wolf humanoid cryptid. And then Sarah discovered that in Oklahoma, because that's where she lives,
We have the Oklahoma Octopus.
and
That's
it's a lake dwelling. Okay, one of these days I'll figure this shit out. It's a lake dweller.
pretty good.
So, and it looks like an octopus.
It's about the size of a horse. So that could be horrifying having an 8-legged horse coming at you.
So why don't you start first, Sarah? Where's yours at? And
Mine is actually in a lot of man-made lakes in town in Oklahoma. They've seen it in Lake Thunderbird, in Lake Tenkiller, and then in Lake Oolaga.
look up occasionally when you're reading.
I am not public speaking.
That's fine.
It's
So there's
bad.
more than one, obviously. It's something that reproduces and like.
Oh, yeah, they're not sure. They think possibly it could be just a freshwater octopus. But yeah, in 2008 there was a 40% increase in drowning deaths. That they don't know why, but it didn't really say if that continued. Like if it was like consistently 40% higher than it had been.
And it's 2008 when they first saw this thing, or
Well, and then see, like they talk about 200 years ago that the natives would send an armed man with women to go to get water because they would just disappear in the water.
and they think maybe that's the thing.
And they think, yeah. I mean, so it was back then, and then, like in 1987, a guy named Russell Bates wrote about he spotted an octopus in a freshwater lake, and then it was spotted again in '99. Like, so it's all over the place. There's clearly something in the lakes.
And it sounds like there's more than one because it's not just one octopus like traveling lake to lake.
Right. I mean, it's in all the lakes, or it's in some of the lakes.
At least, yeah.
Yeah. Back in the 40s and 50s, there was a Salyers Lake swim resort, and they had a bunch of drownings. Basically, you knew if you went there, you had a pretty good chance of drowning.
So was it like they think it's just grabbing? Do we have any survivors like with a with a
They
story to
didn't
tell?
have any survivors that I could find, that had stories.
Spottings or anything? Well, you said there's lots of spottings, a lot of
Right.
sightings, but
So
because there weren't any like actual photographs that people took, like the
No, we
nasty
couldn't
photos
find
or
any.
anything.
No photographs. I like alliteration. So I was like the Oklahoma Octopus.
That's a good one.
I'll pick this one. But yeah, this just crazy. No natives ever go into man-made lakes now. Apparently,
So it's just the man-made lakes. That's
That
interesting.
it's so interesting.
Huh.
And in Oklahoma, there's a lot of man-made bodies of water.
A lot of natives too.
Yeah, I mean, every field has a watering hole for the cows. There's always, and it's great. I didn't know cows swam until I moved here, and I grew up on a dairy farm.
Our cows didn't swim, or if they did, we would have to like go get
Rescue.
a crane and yank them out because they were drowning.
But yeah, it's just kind of crazy. I took pictures the first time I saw the cows in the ponds because I had never seen it.
The only time I remember seeing one is seeing them with a tractor and a chain yanking her out. So yeah, she was stuck in the mud. No octopus got her though, but that was in Michigan.
Squirrel.
Yeah. Oh man, it's so funny.
At least we talked through how we got from one to the other.
Right. So what else? Anything else interesting on your little octopus?
Not really. I mean, they call him a freshwater demon, the size of a horse.
I mean, yeah, because that'd be terrifying, just swimming around and here comes.
I mean, and apparently he's got 100% kill rate.
Yeah, because nobody
got away.
Dang.
So that was interesting, I thought.
Yeah, that is interesting. So my little guy, he's in the Kansas City area, and he originated the first sighting. Well, in 1904, there was a circus in town. You know, clowns and high wire acts and all kinds of crap, and so it was the circus was traveling through Kansas City, and on one of the trains it had loaded elephants and like other animals, and apparently this train crashed. It derailed, and a 12-foot tall gorilla escaped, and apparently just trotted off into the woods nearby or something.
That's what happened back then.
And yeah, and so like the legend, because after that they never found him, and then after that they started seeing sightings of this humanoid but gorilla-like wolf-headed thing, and so the legend is that it like somehow interbred with a wolf of some kind, and this is the Beaman monster, Beaman. Sarah goes, "You don't look like a bee." That's because it's spelled different, and it was the Beaman area where the train derailed and he escaped. So, and I'm reading from another story, like there were. Like this guy's father had passed the legend on to him and told him what had happened, and this gorilla escaped, and they think the Beaman monster is offspring of this gorilla mixed with some kind of interbreeding with a wolf. But there are sightings. I mean, their sightings started originally, like right after that happened. They see this thing running around and always in wooded areas or like really secluded areas, no people around for the most part. And it just yells at people, like howls. I don't know. They say it sounds like a person screaming, which is terrifying also. And no pictures of it. He hasn't, as far as I know, killed anyone, but people have gone missing in areas where he's been spotted. And like here's a story. This guy named Damon Smith, now 29, recalls a terrifying experience when he was 10 years old. He was with his uncles in their pickup truck driving down a country road when a large wolfish beast burst from the woods and began chasing and lunging at the sides of the truck. He states, I've seen what my uncles told me was the Beaman legend. I haven't heard anyone speak of it since I was little. It wasn't quite animalistic. It's hard to explain unless you've seen it. He further spoke of later finding a mauled pig that had no tracks of normal animals around it, and saw a shadowy figure lurking in the woods. So he believes that this thing is still, I mean, that was when he was 10. He's 29 now. He thinks it's still out there. And yeah, there's a lot of sightings. This guy recalls what Steve Mallard, when he was 12, he and a friend were digging worms behind his friend's barn, and because they were planning to go fishing later that morning. They wanted a lot of worms. And the dew was glistening on the grass. They saw a spot in the dew where it, quote, looked like a deer or something had laid down. And then they noticed footprints in the dew. There were these huge footprints. We followed them down to the pond and just got spooked. They were big. We couldn't stride that far apart. He remembers the incident vividly, and after gaining an education in Native American lore, he truly believes that the Beaman monster could certainly exist. He says, I get made fun of for it all the time, but I know what I saw that morning, and I'll never forget it. In 1950s, they went on a hunt for this thing. They went to try to find it and kill it. Some people think it was set up as a joke to have fun with the people, and other people were like, yeah, let's go kill this son of a bitch.
Right.
And I don't know why, because he hasn't hurt anybody. For goodness sake, he's probably cuddly. I'd probably squish him.
I'd pet him. 10 out of 10 would pet.
Maybe not. Maybe not.
Yeah, those teeth are a little scary.
Yeah, he's a little bit frightening. So anyway, that's a Kansas cryptid. And that was the most original one I could find. Because, we're Kansas.
I mean, everybody's got Bigfoot everywhere.
Yeah, there's lots of Bigfoot, Sasquatch, whatever you want to call him. Lots of those sightings here.
Yep. Lots in Oklahoma, too. So,
and a lot of wolf dog type creatures everywhere.
Yeah.
I remember one time Becky and I were out driving around at night out in the Fort Custer area, those back roads and crap out there where nobody ever, and we pulled up to this area where they had it. So Fort Custer was a military fort. I'm not sure who all was stationed there or whatever, but I mean, there were a lot of no trespassing and get the hell out of here signs, because you'll be killed if you walk a step further or something. And so we were driving around out there because
that's what you do.
We're geniuses. And there was that road basically. I mean, the road continued on, but there was a fencing type thing across the road. It said, stop right here. Don't go another inch further. You're entering protected whatever. So we sat there, just parked and kind of watched, and we had the headlights on, and we're just watching ahead of us. And all of a sudden this thing, and I don't know, it was fairly small. It was maybe the size of a really large rabbit. So maybe raccoon size maybe, but it had, okay, this is so weird. It had a hop, it hopped like a rabbit, but it had, oh God, I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. It had the head that looked like a human and pig mix. So it was hopping around I wasn't drinking. I was not doing any drugs. I wasn't even stoned. Because that wasn't me. But there's this thing, and we watched it, and we're both confused, what the hell is that? And we were looking at each other and talking to each other about it, okay, that's weird. I don't think I've ever seen one of these before. And then it just it'd start to hop away, and then it'd stop, and then it'd turn around and hop back a little bit closer and look at us. And it would like, so it would hop like a rabbit, but then it'd stand like up on its little back feet and look around like it was looking at us. And it had, I'll have to try to draw it because it was pig human face. It was really scary. And we still talk about that. Becky and I actually have a lot of scary stories we still talk about. We had some crazy crap. But that's the one where, like, the only, I think, cryptid thing that I've ever seen. Have you ever had any experience with seeing anything weird in the woods or anything? No?
No.
Lucky.
No, I stay
No,
out
nothing
the
to torment
woods.
your nightmares. That's good.
No,
Yours are more ghosty type.
yeah. I'd say
Experiences.
I'd say the most cryptid type experience I had was running across the field between the barn, between the front parking lot of the barn and the back parking lot of the barn. That field there between them.
Okay.
And I was running and I kicked something really hard because I was running really fast and
There's tugging it.
because I was a fat kid. And up come a pheasant and I
Oh,
about
God.
had a heart attack because I was a fat kid.
Oh my God, that's
And
hilarious.
I went running the other way. And that was it. I
Jeez.
didn't go through that field anymore. I walked around.
We're not taking the shortcut. Damn
Yep.
bird. God. They are terrifying when they flutter up in front of you. I remember pheasant hunting with Dad, and that would happen all the time. Scare the hell out of you every time. But isn't there, so there was another one in Oklahoma that you were thinking about doing, the Thunderbird? Is that the one you were thinking maybe?
I thought about it, but they didn't have. You said there that you had thought about there was a story, but I couldn't find any stories about it.
So the Thunderbird is some giant, it's like a giant, like almost pterodactyl type bird
Right.
or some kind of Native American, anyway, some giant sky bird.
Right, but when I looked up the Thunderbird, it was mostly about the lake Thunderbird. It was not that fun.
Oh, so you couldn't get a ton of info on it.
Right.
So there was one, and I don't know, we'll have to look this one up and do maybe a longer report on it, but there was a some kind of they thought it was a dinosaur, like a pterodactyl type flying thing, and I don't know if this is the same one.
Right.
It could be a different cryptid, but or just something left over from the dinosaur era, like maybe something still survives and you just don't see it much. But apparently it was a huge wingspan bird, and the family was out in the yard, and a little, I think he was like 7 to 10-year-old boy. He wasn't little, he wasn't a baby, but he had some friends with him, and then his mom was outside also, and this bird that looked like a pterodactyl swooped down out of the sky, picked him up, and started to carry him off, but it couldn't like gain much height because he was heavy, and Mom was able to grab his legs and just like pull
him
and
back.
fight this thing for her son back, and I guess it carried him several hundred yards, like, and finally let him go.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, and he had like, the talon marks in his shoulders and arms and stuff, and and after that there were several sightings of this thing. So I don't know, it might be the same one. We'll have to
I had to
look.
look into that. Yeah.
Yep. Well, what else is going on this week? We got, okay, so tonight is Monday Night Football, Detroit Lions, and San Francisco 49ers. What are your predictions?
Well, the Lions are gonna win.
They got to.
They have to. They have to.
I mean,
If we lose,
no, if we lose, we're still good.
right? It doesn't really matter if we lose,
But it's our hearts.
But
You can't break our hearts like that. But no, so this is my understanding of, like, so I don't think tonight's game we're still in the playoffs. And the one that's going to determine our seed is next week's game against the Vikings, because same division. And if we can beat the Vikings, we get the first round bye and home field advantage throughout the playoffs until the Super Bowl. So we need that game. But I think if we can win tonight, we're hosting. So we should be able to take that one, I think.
We have to. Yeah. Yeah.
So I've got a bet in on that. This won't come out till later, so you'll be able to see if I won or lost. But let's see. Well, I got a couple bets in on this one.
I haven't started sports betting yet. I'm a little concerned. If I do, I might not stop.
So here's my pie in the sky $10 wager that could win me $1,110. And that is Jared Goff gets 225 passing yards. Brock Wright, who is a tight end, gets a touchdown. Sam Laporta, the other tight end, gets a touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs gets 100 rushing yards, and Goff passes for 2 touchdowns. If those things happen, my $10 turns into $1,110, which would be awesome. Here's my more realistic bet. So, Detroit Lions money line, they're gonna win it. Goff throws for 225 passing yards. St. Brown scores a touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs scores a touchdown. And that turns $14 into $75. So
It's still pretty good.
yeah, I mean, and I'm up. I won. Did I tell you about my bet last night?
No.
Okay, so I cashed out early. Thank God, because I did. Jonathan Taylor. Okay, so was gonna score 2+ touchdowns. Kenny Pickett was going to score a touchdown. These were in different games and different players and everything.
Right.
And then Brian Robinson Jr. was going to score a touchdown. Well, that was in the later game. These 2 games had already played, and I already hit on those. So I was like, I wagered $5. It paid out 90 at that point. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to cash out because I have a bad feeling. And thank God, because he did not get a touchdown.
So you would have turned it down. It would have been nothing.
Yeah. I mean, I would have only lost $5, but I would have lost 90 because I cashed out. So, yeah, I'm up again. So that's why I put in that crazy
$10 bet, right?
for the Lions, yeah.
I mean, you got to have something to hope for, right? It's fun to be able to cheer for different people.
Yes, and that makes me watch other football games when I put other bets like that in, because I'm like, come on.
Yeah,
now.
It actually matters now.
And I'm starting to think the freaking refs got a direct line to DraftKings, and they're going, Tara's got him. Don't let him score a touchdown. Every time they'll pull it back. Well, holding on that play. Come on, that touchdown's coming back, you son of a... Swear it.
That's our narcissistic streak from Mom.
Yeah. Oh my God. Everything was about my mother. Everything was. And yep, I do pull some of those traits occasionally. Thank you for reminding me.
I just
kind of squish me back in a...
I just remind myself now and then.
Oh my God. Hilarious. Yeah. So what are we going to do? If the Lions... Okay, we need to make this plan. If the Lions go to the Super Bowl, are we going to do a live stream, party it up?
Sure.
Or we can just record it and upload it later or something. But we should have a party here and
Hell yeah.
I mean, let's have all the boys over and...
Absolutely.
Party it up. As long as they're not working. Hi, Tilda. Oh, y'all haven't met Matilda yet. Y'all want to meet Matilda? Come here, Tilly. Come here, Tills. Oh, and Sherman. Okay.
Tilly,
Why is she not jumping up now? The psycho. That's all she did. Okay. Here comes Matilda. Here's my bulldog, Tilly. And I'm trying to get her turned so you can actually... Well, here, no, I can't do that because I'll never get it set back up right again. This is Matilda. Her's an English bulldog. Her's very naughty. Her's very, very naughty, but her loves her mom. And then, all right, you get down. It's Sherman's turn now.
It's Sherman.
Come here, Sherman. Come here, Munter. Come here. Just get up here. You got to put your wigs up. Oh, for Christ's sake. Not you, Matilda. Sherman, come here. Come here. Come here, Munter. Come here. Put your wigs up. Put your wigs up. Oh, okay. It's Matilda again. Oh, Sarah's Cam. There's Sherman.
You got Sherman now.
There's the
Hi,
little
Winter.
monster. Here they are. The naughty bear will probably start fighting now because they're psycho. These fucking bulldogs, I'll tell you what.
Yes, they are.
I
very
won't get
much-
one again. I won't. I love the ones I got. Especially Sherman. Sorry, Matilda. You just suck. You're an asshole and you're naughty. But, well, so's Sherman, but not as bad as her. Now, I'm back in the backdrop. Oh, for Christ's sake, dogs. Hi, monster. Sherman is a monster, but he's cute. Till he's not cute and a monster. There she's back.
She's so cute.
Her little snarl is hilarious.
She's so ugly. She's cute.
That about describes it. Yes,
She's got one blue eye and one brown eye.
she does. You can't see it because she won't look at the camera.
But she's
And-
so cute.
Hi, Sherman. Okay, now we're both up here. Let's fight. We're stuke it out, huh? A-holes. All right. You're the best. Yes,
We
you are.
met the dog.
You're the best bulldogs.
Is that?
That's all of them.
Have
All
they-
of mine.
Did they meet Buddy?
Yeah, they met Buddy. Buddy was out here
Okay.
the other day.
That's
Buddy and
right.
Opal, and Sherman and Matilda, and that's it. My husband swears if I get another dog, he's divorcing me, and I don't blame him. Our life is psycho right now. It's so sad. It's a crazy life. Oh, yep. Yeah.
Sarah has to work so that she can support the dogs.
You ain't joking. Especially this one. She gets friggin' urinary tract infections, and her dog food that she has to eat costs $140 a month. Yeah. Plus she has to take supplements and shit for it. Yeah. And then Opal and Buddy are getting old. They're both on joint supplements now. Like, good Lord. Get them arthritis medicine. God dang. You're like little people, except not as refined. You still poop on the floor. That's all right. We love them. We love them.
Me too.
But yeah, recently, Buddy and Sherman have to be separated. All of them are fixed. Like, all of them are neutered or spayed. And I don't understand it, and we've had, Buddy's 5 years old, and we've had him for 3-4 years. And we've had Sherman for 3 years, two. Sherman's 2, almost 3. And they've always gotten along great. And then we got Matilda just over a year ago. And I don't know, now all of a sudden Buddy and Sherman fight, like psycho fight. Like, Buddy will kill Sherman fight. So we try to keep them separated as much as we can, and I don't know how to fix it. So if any of y'all have any ideas on what works, I can tell Buddy starts getting irritated. He'll do his little growl. And so then I know, okay, time to separate. Like, Buddy will go in my bedroom and lay down for a little bit, be alone. Because I think they hurt him, honestly. I
Right,
think
because
he's getting older. Yeah,
older.
he's got arthritis. He
he's
does.
bigger. He's
So, yeah, I think. And then when they get fighting together, they sound really vicious, and that makes Buddy nervous, and he thinks he's got to protect Tilly, and like he will. I think he could really hurt Sherman. So anyway, we're trying to figure out a way not to have to get rid of one or whatever, take any extremes. So I told. Yeah, you caused all this shit. You know it too, don't you? Naughty girl. I know.
always fighting over a girl.
Always. Because boys are stupid.
She doesn't even like the boys.
Her
She
dog-
just wants to be friends with Opal, and Opal will have none of it.
Opie hates her. Well, because Opie's old too. Jilly's just way too much for everybody. Hers too much for me. Hers too much. Yeah, it's okay. We love her.
We have an Australian cattle dog at home. My oldest boy has him, and
Okay, that really hurts. So can you just stop doing
super
that?
sweet,
Yeah, he is. He's a good boy.
but he's very protective of the yard.
Oh, so
People aren't allowed to walk down the road past my house.
good for him. So nobody's gonna come try to get in your house.
That's what I said. I said, well, I'm glad that people know that we have a dog and he's loud and obnoxious and
vicious.
He'll
anyway.
bite at your feet. He won't bite you, but he will snap at your feet. You won't get in my yard.
Good for G.
So, yeah. That's a plus.
Okay, you really digging the hell
And
out of
he's
me,
so
dog.
cute.
Stop, Matilda.
My son lets me dress him up in hilarious costumes because the boys say they're not going to give me any grandchildren. So,
All of them still.
yeah.
Really?
Braden says maybe, but he's certainly not ready yet. Well, yeah, you gotta find a girl first.
That requires.
I know, and they've started working at jobs where there are actual females.
Oh, good.
That work with them, so they have a higher opportunity of meeting somebody
Awesome.
because they're not super.
There's Tilly.
They're not super I want to go out and have a beer type of kids, which is.
But if they
perfect.
meet somebody, and like,
Right,
because they
yeah.
like going to the movies and stuff. So.
Right, yeah, we're gonna go to the movies tomorrow.
Yeah.
So
Awesome. Did we ever figure out a friggin' Olive Garden date?
no.
Do that when you're at the shit tomorrow. Just figure out a date, and then we'll let Eli know, and he can take time off
Yeah, because
or swap with somebody or something.
yeah. I still can't get their schedules right.
It's just gonna require
I'm
their.
pretty sure Braden works Monday through Thursday. And Eric works
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Thursday through Sunday.
Oh God. Okay.
Maybe. Yeah.
So it might have to be an afternoon, and then they go to work afterwards or something.
Right, yeah.
Okay. Well, let's figure it out because I want to go.
Me too.
That'll be fun,
Yeah.
and I'm hungry.
Me too.
I won't be. I'll eat 3 bites and go, oh God, stop.
It was so good.
It is so good though.
And they have their stuffed chicken marsala
Yeah.
back with
Just for the holidays though, I think.
No, I think
good?
I think it's back.
Oh, I thought they
Good.
said temporary for the holidays.
I will have to look into that.
Yeah, because I don't want to fart around and miss it.
Because it will just be you and me, and everybody else will
Yeah.
get to go shit.
Yeah, there you go. What do you want? I'm bringing it home. All right. Well, guys, that's a half hour. I think we're probably pretty good.
Awesome.
So,
Sounds good.
yep. You learned about the Beaman monster in Kansas. You learned about the Oklahoma octopus, freshwater weird thing that kills swimmers. So,
Yeah,
fascinating stuff. And
I'm glad I didn't know about it when I was. I mean, I guess I was in the river. I was in a river all the time.
well, rivers go into lakes.
Yeah, well.
We'll have to look if they ever saw one in a river. But anyway, we'll have more fun stuff for you next time, and maybe a Lions Super Bowl in the picture. We'll see. All right.
God, that would be awesome.
Yes, it would. All right. Mwah. Thank you.
Mwah.
Like, subscribe, share, whatever.
Comment.
Click the little
Anything
notification
happens.
button. All right. Love you guys. Sisterbia out.